Passive income, making money while you sleep. Sounds great, right? Well, it is great, but it may not be exactly what you think it is. So I'm going to talk about what passive income is and how we can explain this concept to our kids. Let's get started. Please don't forget to subscribe for more videos on money, minimalism, our travel journey around the world. We publish a new video every week. Passive income. This is the entire idea behind retirement. And I put air quotes around retirement because retirement means something different now, I think, than it used to mean. A lot of people kind of used to view retirement as being able to just do nothing. And studies have shown that that's not good for you, and you're probably not going to live very long in retirement if that's what you choose to do. Whenever I talk about retirement, I'm simply talking about getting to the point of financial freedom where you don't have to work, you don't have to do anything else, and you can focus on what you want to do, what you're passionate about. That's the retirement I'm talking about. And passive income can get you there. So how does passive income happen? Well, ironically, it takes a lot of work. Passive income doesn't mean you don't work or you have never worked. It means that you've built something up into the point to where you can sit back and you don't have to work actively on it, and you still receive that income. And we'll talk about examples in just a minute. And this is one of the most important financial concepts we can teach to our kids because this is one of the most important financial concepts in achieving financial freedom. The freedom that will allow them to do anything. How passive income works. Passive income comes in many forms, but most often it comes in the form of businesses, real estate, or dividends. There's also royalties, peer-to-peer lending, unconventional investments, different things like that, but that's a lot less common. So let's talk about each one. Real estate. This is the primary way people get passive income. You buy a house, which may cost a lot of money up front, but then you renovate it, or at least repair some of the house. And once all that's done and sorted out, now you can rent it out and earn passive rental income every month. Once the house is paid off, you earn 100% cash flow, but before then you still have the mortgage to pay. But the point is, passive income. Even if that's only a few $100s a month at first. Businesses. Owning a business is risky, but it can be highly profitable. Typically around 20% of small businesses fail in their first year, and about half fail within about 4 years. But just because it's difficult doesn't mean it's not worth it. Owning a business is tough, but the idea is simple. You invest the money to run the business, therefore you earn the profit passively. So for example, if you own a restaurant and you are the general manager of the restaurant and you're working 80 hours a week, you really just own a job. If you own a restaurant and you have someone else manage it, then you actually own a business. Dividends. Stocks can produce passive income, specifically dividend stocks. I'll keep the example simple so kids can grasp it. But if you buy a stock for $20 that pays a 1% dividend annually, you now earn 20 cents a year in passive income from that stock. Yeah, you'll probably need more than that one stock, but you can see how this could turn into passive income. Of course, this is also risky because you're counting on the stock to retain and or increase in value, and if it doesn't, and if the dividends go down, and there's a lot of stuff that could happen, it's risky, like most things that are profitable, but it is a potential passive income maker. Royalties. This is any money you earn from something you create, whether you write a book, record a song, film a movie. Writing a book is the most common way to earn royalties, but of course the book has to sell to provide passive income, and it's not always going to be a steady number, but again, it is another stream of income. Peer-to-peer lending. You lend money to another person or group of people, typically through a lending website. It's obvious why this is a risky option because people don't always pay it back, and sometimes people even go bankrupt, but you can often get pretty high interest rates when they do pay it back, and you just have to be careful about who you lend money to. Finally, unconventional investments. As the name implies, this could mean many different things outside of conventional investing. It's anything outside of typical investments that pay passively through dividends or other arrangements. YouTube stars who receive advertisement income would be one example. It's a business, but it's not the type of business we typically think about when we think about businesses. And when it comes to passive income, think multiple income streams. That's the most important piece because most passive income you cannot count on 100%. Diversifying your income streams is like diversifying your portfolio when you're investing. So I have two analogies you can use to explain passive income and these income streams to your kids. Analogy 1, streams versus buckets. Kids first learn about acquiring money through saving. Think of savings as buckets. You save money and keep saving money, so you acquire these buckets of money. They aren't doing anything on their own, but they are there. And you're probably not going to lose them because the bucket's right next to you. Now think about earning money. Earning money is a stream, an income stream. The idea behind passive income is to have as many income streams as possible. Again, it comes back to diversity. If one stream dries up, there are others. Kids need to know about saving money and having those buckets, but for true financial freedom, kids need to learn about streams. Use the bucket stream analogy to show the difference between the money saved and the reoccurring cash flow coming in, but it's a great analogy to show how passive income and income streams works to your kids. For another analogy, the streams that come in passively is related to gardening. We'll talk about a gardening analogy. Passive income may seem like an easy concept, but your kids will probably want to know how it's fair to make money without doing anything in the moment. Obviously, you've done something to make the money, and that's part of what you have to explain. Your kids can understand the concept of planting a seed and growing a tree or a plant. Passive income is the same thing. Most passive income models involve quite a bit of time and or money up front, which turns into passive income over time. It's about delayed gratification and hard work now to make your life easier later. If your kids can get the concept of doing the work up front to reap the rewards later, they'll be ahead of almost everyone. There's a great book called The Wealthy Gardener that this kind of reminds me of, and it talks about a lot of this stuff, so I'll put a link to that below. Definitely check that book out and go over that book with your kids. We do a daily Bible reading, and one thing that we've done in the past is we'll take a book like The Wealthy Gardener. It has short chapters. It has a whole bunch of short chapters, and you can read the Bible with your kids at dinner time or whatever. Then you can also find a book like that, and you can read one short little chapter, maybe a few pages, and talk about a financial concept at the dinner table. So that's what passive income is. That's how you explain it to your kids. And next week we're going to talk about 6 ways your kids can earn passive income. I know they're going to be excited about that. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out my book. I'll put a link to my book, Intentional Children. That is all for today. I will see you in part 2 next week.